Well, this is certainly a rivalry we love to bring up once in a while. The number of names that are linked to these two teams year in and year out, from Jonathan Quick to Wayne Gretzky. Now, we are talking about the New York Rangers and the LA Kings as they bid and bid for one Buffalo Sabres forward, Alex Tuch. Yeah, that's right. Is that actually happening? I don't know, but the reason we are making this video is because we had some pretty noteworthy NHL insiders on The Athletic in Pierre LeBrun and Chris Johnston going out there and linking Tuch to the Kings and the Rangers. This is a part of their series, the NHL Trade Matchmaker series of articles on theathletic.com, or no, it's not theathletic.com, it's the New York Times. Yeah, you know, those same folks that give you connections and Wordle? They have articles on sports because they acquired The Athletic. So this article will be in the description if you want to go out there and read it. NHL Trade Matchmaker, predicting where the top targets go by the deadline, Part 3. It's a paywalled content, so you need the subscription to read it, but because there are some pretty spicy takes in here from Johnston and LeBrun, there's another article that was posted that writes about the same takes that these guys have. I'll leave a link in the description to this article in the Hockey News. Michael DeRosa, reporting for the Buffalo Sabres, goes out there and talks about how Buffalo's Alex Tuch is connected to two teams. In a recent article for The Athletic, NHL insiders Pierre LeBrun and Chris Johnston predicted where a handful of notable NHL players and trade candidates could end up being moved to. Among the players discussed was Buffalo Sabres star forward Alex Tuch. LeBrun predicted that the LA Kings could land Tuch, while Chris Johnston went with the Rangers as a potential destination. LeBrun picking the Kings is not necessarily surprising. The Kings have been linked to Tuch in the past, and it is no secret that they could use another top six right winger. This is especially so when noting that the Kings are among the Western Conference teams fighting for a playoff spot. Johnston going with the Rangers as a possible landing spot for Tuch is also easy to understand. The Rangers could use another forward as they look to climb back up the Eastern Conference standings. If they landed Tuch, he would immediately give their top six a major boost. While Alex Tuch is continuing to create chatter in the rumor mill as a trade candidate, it is also important to note that GM Jarmo Kekalainen is hoping to sign the big winger to a contract extension. With the Sabres now winning 10 straight games and being right back in the wildcard race, perhaps that could help their chances of keeping Tuch around instead of trading him. Now, there are some comments that we can look at. Michael DeRosa tries to get the conversation going on the Hockey News website. Do you think the Sabres should keep Tuch around even if he still does not have a contract extension by the deadline? In all the replies, they are anonymous. They say not a chance. Not for what he wants. Not at his asking price. So, I'm assuming that these are Buffalo Sabres fans because who else would be scrolling onto the Buffalo Sabres portion of the Hockey News website looking at articles? Oh wait. Me? It wasn't me who posted those, by the way. Just saying. But Alex Tuch is a guy whose name you can say is a lot more relevant now than it was a few months ago because of the upcoming free agent class to be. We saw a number of names get taken off the market early. It doesn't seem like there are going to be many free agents to actually bid for. No Kempe, no Connor, no Kaprizov, a lot of guys whose last names start with K. For some reason, they're signing their contracts earlier. But Alex Tuch is a guy who potentially could be asking for similar money. Even though he is not at the level of a Kirill Kaprizov, even though he is not a Kyle Connor, Alex Tuch has been a consistent player. He had 79 points in 74 games 3 seasons ago with the Sabres, before declining in point production the next 2 years. Now, last year he had 67 points in 82 games, and this year he is on pace for 67 points again. While the 79-point season was an outlier, it should be noted that everybody on Buffalo was doing a lot better in that season, so Alex Tuch was carried up with the momentum there. Everybody started to suck the year after, so Alex Tuch went down with the wave. It's not his fault that the production was inconsistent. But Tuch is 29 years old and he's making $4.75 million till the end of this season. This is the contract that is going to change his life. The upcoming deal that he is going to sign. After being a $4.75 million 70-plus point scorer for multiple years, he's finally going to get his payday. But the question is, do the Sabres really want to go up there and match the $12 million that some other teams have given other wingers? You can very well say that it's not worth it for Alex Tuch. But that's not going to stop him from asking. So, do the Buffalo Sabres, in the midst of their own wildcard hunt, decide to keep Tuch around as an own rental? Do they think of this guy as a short-term potential option to help them make the dance? Or do they send him out? Do they make a trade to whomever it is going to bid the highest because they think, okay, well, if he's not going to stick around with us, might as well get something for him instead of letting him walk in free agency? And the LA Kings or the Rangers can use Tuch on their roster and try to get the best out of him to go into the playoffs and beyond. There is an idea floating around. I saw some people saying, hey, Adrian Kempe is the guy that Alex Tuch wants to be compared to contract-wise, so why not go out there and join him and play with him? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. The Big Apple, New York Rangers, you can say that Alex Tuch is a lot closer to home if he plays for that team rather than any others. No, there are a few exceptions. Buffalo, New York, right? But anyways, part of the charm of seeing Alex Tuch with the Sabres in the first place is the fact that he is a hometown guy. He's from Syracuse, and there was a lot of enthusiasm on his behalf when he joined the Buffalo Sabres in the first place. The idea that Tuch was leaving a Stanley Cup championship caliber team, Vegas Golden Knights, which, by the way, they won the Stanley Cup right after they traded Tuch away. And then Tuch goes over to this competitive hometown team that had a lot of young hopefuls and rising potential. And then a few years after, they totally bomb and they suck. I would not be surprised if that hometown fanfare has kind of weared off in Tuch's brain, where it's like, yeah, no, I like being a part of my hometown team, but like, the opportunity to win is no longer there. Even if I go to free agency, I would rather be playing on a team like LA or New York because I could actually try to make an impact in the postseason, which might actually increase my earning odds. He doesn't have that opportunity with the Buffalo Sabres. But I'm also thinking about it like this. What would the trade price be? Alex Tuch was sent over in the Jack Eichel trade all those years ago, so obviously there was some value attached to him. But now he is his own player. He's a 70-point guy who plays with pace. He's got a really good shot, and he can get it off in stride. He's very good at that. You pay a first, minimum, I would say, for Alex Tuch. But what else do you give? A first and a B-plus prospect? A first and a second? A first, a second, a B-plus prospect, and a seventh? You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think the trade price for Buffalo should be on Alex Tuch? But also, there's a question as to whether or not the Buffalo Sabres would even be interested in getting future pieces only. They're competitive right now. Jarmo Kekalainen has a new job at his desk. There are a lot of opportunities for the Buffalo Sabres to reinvent themselves in this span, but the problem of Alex Tuch's looming contract is not going to go away until you either sign the guy or you get him off your team. In each situation, you do have some questions to ask yourself, so with all this in mind, if you're a Rangers fan, if you're a Kings fan, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the idea of an Alex Tuch trade to New York or LA? What are your thoughts on the trade return? What are your thoughts on how much this guy could get in the offseason if he gets himself a contract extension or if he signs a new deal in free agency? Let me know in the comments all your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.